Hello there guys, this is Christy Lewis with Dostoevsky in Space, and I want to thank everybody who voted on what book to read for April and May in the Online Classics and Award Winners Book Club that we are now doing here during lock-in. The clear winner of the poll was The Hunchback of Notre Dame. I'm pretty pumped about reading this. Thank you again so much for voting. Obviously this was written by Victor Hugo. It was published originally in 1831. Obviously it was translated from the French. This author is also famous for writing Les Miserables, and it's considered one of the great novels of the Romantic era. And it's about a hunchback named Quasimodo, and that's about all I know about it. But my friend Carla Alvarez at Raised to Walk did do a vlog of reading this in, I think, January, and it was great. She's like PhD level thought about this stuff. She talks a lot about the cathedral and like aesthetics and morality, and it's a great watch. I'm going to watch it again when I finish this, and I do recommend it. I'll link it up here for you guys. However, you might want to read the book first before actually watching that because there are spoilers. I'm planning on reading this one alongside Deerbrooke, which is the April-May Victorian Most Read-Along, hosted by Kate Howe, and I'm super excited about Deerbrooke. I forget where I first heard of it, but I have known about it since like right around the time I joined Booktube. There's a bunch of Victober books going up, and that book really caught my eye, or my ear rather. I was probably listening to a video. I will be reading that one. I don't have my copy of it yet, so I can't break it down into chunks. However, I did break down Hunchback into chunks, so I will be reading, if all goes according to plan.
On week 1, I'll be reading book 1. On week 2, I'll read books 2 through 3. On week 3, I'll read books 4 through 5. Week 4, I'll read book 6. Week 5, I'll read book 7. Week 6, I'll read books 8 through 9. Week 7, I will read book 10. And week 8, I will read book 11.
And none of those chunks are more than 100 pages in here. A lot of them are closer to 50 pages, so I'm definitely taking a leisurely pace with this one. I want to make sure to get this one done, and that's why I am chunking this one out. And then anytime I finish that section of pages and I still have some days in the week left, I will be reading. Obviously, Deerbrooke will be my first priority there. I'm thinking that Dune, once I get into it, might be a good kind of read when I can't sleep and I just need to be far away from this world. I'm hoping once I get past like the initial world building, I'll be able to just kind of sink into it. Like I did that with The Name of the Wind and Lord of the Rings and lots of really like high fantasy type books. And I'm wondering if I can do that with science fiction as well. Most of the science fiction I've read have been short stories, and I really love Fantasy and Science Fiction magazine. So this is going to be a new experience for me. I'm hoping I can read this one at nighttime. And in any free time that I have, and maybe also by audiobook. Regardless, I'm super, super excited about this one. Still planning to read it, even though I'm reading 2 other gigantic books. So that's a lot. And I have just about 13 more days, or maybe 14 more days of Lent left as I'm filming this. So that means I have that many days left to finish Revelations of Divine Love, which I am enjoying. I'm sitting down in the mornings and reading it along with an audiobook. Like I listen to the audiobook while I read it because that's the only way I can focus right now. And I am really enjoying it. There's been so many great quotes that I'm putting on my church's prayer page on Facebook. Also, if I Go Down Moses back from the library, the Codex Cantina is breaking that book down chapter by chapter. It's a book of short stories by William Faulkner, and I'm just shocked by how much I'm enjoying it. There's a lot of humor in it, even though there's also a lot of tragedy in it. Una and I were talking about how it's almost like Shakespeare of the South. Like, he's just got this tragedy comedy thing going on. I am looking forward to finishing the last 2 short stories in that collection because one of them my heart. I loved it so much. It was really good. Another one tore my heart apart. There's just a lot of good stuff in it. If I have time, I would like to read another short story along with Deanie because she's breaking down award-winning science fiction and fantasy, and her short stories that she's breaking down aren't like super long. Like you can read them in like half an hour, 45 minutes or so. And then she has these great discussion breakdowns of them. The one that I read this last month, something about witches and portals. I don't remember the title. I didn't really like it, but her breakdown was great. That was really fun. The last thing that I am planning to read very soon, sooner rather than later, I'm planning to read A Rose for Emily because Brian at Bookish just posted his short story analysis of that story. And that story is part of the Faulkner certificate from the Codex Cantina, which I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it because they're doing Absalom this month. and I do not have time to read it this month. I'm gonna fall behind, unfortunately, on the certificate, but maybe someday I can still get it. So that's my TBR. That's our winning book. I hope you'll read along with us. If you do end up reading this, I would really love it if you posted your thoughts on this video after you're reading it. During you're reading it, just mark the spoilers for the chapter that you're talking about. Just be like, if you've read, up to book 6, just mark read through book 6 at the top. So if you want to read along with my schedule, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to vlog my experience of reading The Hunchback of Notre Dame, which is what Carla did, and I loved it when she did that. So every week after I finish my chunk, I'm gonna sit down and record my thoughts on that chunk. I'll probably just put the whole video out at the end of the 2 months. But I will also be doing discussion questions in the Facebook group. So again, if you want to join there, then there will be discussions there. And if not, just leave your comments on this announcement video. I really do hope to hear from you soon about this book or any other book, honestly. I mean, I'm still looking for recommendations. Noah said he would be happy to read O'Connor's short stories or the Lotus Sutra, which I got from him. So those will probably come up in the voting polls at some point. One of my dear friends, Brittany, recommended 1984 by, you know who it is, the guy, George Orwell. I've already read that one twice, so I don't know if I would want to do that one again right now. I would rather probably read, like, George Orwell's essays or Animal Farm, but she makes a good point that she feels like 1984 is very applicable to our times right now. So if you have recommendations like that you would just love to read in community, please leave them in the comments. Okay guys, I hope I'll be hearing from you soon. Take care. Thank you again so much for watching. Please like and comment and subscribe. And join the Facebook group if you want to get updates about my reading with this and talk with me about it there. Grace and peace to you guys. Please pray for me and I'll pray for you. Okay, take care. Bye.